Alrighty, boysies, how yous doing? How yous doing this fine day? We are coming to you live from a dusty old man on home video store. And that's right, boys. We're finishing up Resident Evil today. We're finishing up. Can I talk? I'm very tired, boys. Hi, Kieran. How you doing? So, aye, boysies. I've had quite a day today. Got up early. Actually, I've worked 2 long 12-hour shifts in a row yesterday and the day before. So, your old dad's fucked and knackered. And then today I was taking training at the old grassroots wrestling school. And then I was doing up shit for my new house, because your old dad is moving into his new house, and your old dad's fucked as well. He's getting too old for this. But how you doing, Kieran? How's your day going? It's a surprisingly nice day, so I can imagine you are going mental and your good lady wife is raging at you. Am I correct? For those who don't know, Kieran gets weird in the heat. You happy in your house? I am over the moon with it. You should come down and see it eventually. I'll do it live on Twitch. I'll completely dox myself and just go, alright boys, I'll stream my new house tease. My good lady's out with a pal. Oh, you got an empty? Yes. Yeah, it's weird. It's always a bit weird. How you doing, Shinra? How's your day going? Happy Sunday, Shinra. And congrats for finishing Cyberpunk. Sean was telling me about it, because unfortunately I've been working the last couple of days, but Hey Monica, how you doing, pal? How's your day going? Right, let me just get a wee... Just the problem, so I've not streamed for 2 days, which for me is a very long time, because usually I'm always streaming. I say always, try and stream whenever I'm free, I have to do a wee hour and a half, 2 hours. But I've now actually... I forgot what I'm doing. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm at a bit just before the Lisa Trevor fight, so I need to... I'm working on a short film, the people in charge are fucking useless, so I'm going to be going mental. Just no due to the heat. Ah, I see. Are you at least getting paid for it, or is it one of them paid and experience? I know. You're too... I don't want to say too experienced, but you're... I don't think that you get caught with one of those paid for experience. No, you're getting paid. That's good. What am I taking? What do I need? Oh, these 2 things. I need the stone and to open up the door to the... Aye, so your old dad's knacker day was it's a funded thing, so no 3 guys with DSLR in a dream, thankfully. That's just our one. Do you remember we had that pitch before COVID? So me, Kieran, Jason, and Sean used to sit and watch shit movies. I overdosed on sugar and now I'm bearing a beautiful migraine because my appetite. Well, it's like me whenever there's a fucking hunter up here. Like, I was go right. I'm gonna suffer after eating this, but you know what? It's worth it. So, but I hope you enjoyed having it. But yeah, remember we used to sit and watch shit movies. We'd go on Amazon Prime and just watch whatever shite was on there, and we were 100% sure we were like, you know what? We can definitely film something better than the shite that's on Amazon Prime. And you know what? We're probably right. And this is even before we got experienced in like filmmaking and editing and stuff like that. What was it? Our goal was to get a movie on Amazon Prime. Can still happen. We will get there one day. I mean, going by some of the shit that's on Prime, we don't even need to have a plot. We don't even need to have anything. Let's do it, fuck it. I was thinking about myself, I was like, right, because I'm relatively happy with my, how do I say it, like, I've done wrestling, I've at least got a couple of matches out there, I've wrestled. This isn't me bragging, by the way. I should be proud of myself, And the same with my Twitch, like, literally I can, go and I've got videos of me finishing full games online, I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. But I will get my name out there for more creative things. So I think I should actually... Oh. Wonder what's on the other side of this door. Well, let's find out. So we should 100% just make a movie. Like, if fucking... anyone can make a movie. We just need footage. We'll do an art house movie. We'll film it. It'll be absolute shite. But you know what? Some pretentious cunt will write it in their fucking... Two emblems fit neatly in the door. Open it? Yes. But some pretentious wank will put it in his fucking dissertation about how it's the greatest thing ever. I remember we knew someone who was like... I nearly said a name there. Oh god. Can't do that. But anyway, I knew someone who was friends with... Well, friends with benefits with someone who was really pretentious. And they were 100% sure that the room was this genuine piece of art that it was like, and you know what I mean? So people will look at it and go, that's art right there, that's fucking class. Even if it is fucking shite, you know? That's the goal. That's the, I'm gonna make some genuine art house just shite. My goal is I want to get an IMDb page. Like, that's the, I want to get an IMDb page and I want to get, I've got a pro wrestling wiki page, I've got a cage match profile, which is kind of like pro wrestling IMDb kind of. It's got a nice new lens for my camera, let's put it to use by making art trash. No, I might actually use you for, because I'm filming a promo for a show in August. And I've got an idea for it, and I might have to use you for it. Also, I need to get a lot of fake blood and a chainsaw. For context, my character's Met Manlands. Basically, he's gone full serial killer now. Use me to do it. Yes.
You're a bit of a mess up.
Oh, it's Big Daddy Wesker.
Take a piece of the action.
Wait. This music. I'm just waiting for it to come round. It sounds a lot like... It sounds a lot like music using the Mansion of Madness and what's it called? So actually, if Lisa Trevor hits you when you're close to this, she can kill you. So basically what you need to do is push these off, which will open up the casket to her mum. I've never got this far with Chris before. I've never played Jill's playthrough. Holy shit, I think this is exactly the music from Mansion of Madness. Like, it sounds almost identical. And now Lisa's want to be with her mother. Oh, that's so upsetting. It's so sad. I got an achievement, an end to a poor girl's misery. Oh, I feel so bad for Lisa Trevor. Oh, such a sad story. Basically, a little girl was experimented on, and she just wanted to be with her mum, who was in a grave. Inside the coffin's a skeleton. Wait, there's something else. Family picture. It's a letter. To my Lisa. Day by day I can feel my consciousness drifting further away. The shots given to me by men in white clothes made some of Mummy's itching go away. Today they gave me another shot saying it was nutrition. Hey Sean, how you doing pal? How's your day going? When they give me some shots, Mummies can think straight, but Mummy's shocked and sad because Mummy's unable to think of you all the time. Mummy's afraid of forgetting everything, especially the memories of you and Daddy. What your faces look like, how we used to be together. They're all starting to disappear into somewhere dark in my mind. Oh Lisa, I wish I could touch your face and hold you in my arms right now, so I could hold on to our wonderful memories of you and Daddy. Lisa, we can't stay in here any longer. We have to escape. Listen to me, Lisa, our chance to escape is the next time we go to that lab together. We'll both pretend that we're both unconscious, and then when the men in white clothes guard us off, that'll be our chance. When we're on the outside, let's look for Daddy together. Okay, sweetie? Be strong, Lisa. November 13th, 1967. Jessica Trevor. Do you think they made it out? I've got a wee feeling they don't. They never did. Anyways. Oh, Wesker's disappeared. Do I need to go? I think I need to go back and pick up the eagle and the lion crests. Unless there's... She may be a Tory though. If she was a Tory, no poor girl. Hi, old RE veteran greeting from Germany. How are you? I'm much difficult. I'm playing on easy now because I'm not very good at video games. But hey, how are you doing? I've played Resident Evil for quite a few years. I'm a big fan of the series. I'm just not very good at video games. Like, how are you doing? But thank you for popping in. Like, when I say I'm bad at video games, I'm really bad. Like, unbelievably bad. As some of my viewers will be able to, let you know. I'm just going back to pick up the eagle and the wolf crests that we picked up earlier. Which is there? Yeah, there is a store. Is there a storage box in the? I think there's a storage box in the lab. I might pop the. Don't think I'll be needing the pistol much. I've got healing. Good, thanks. Looking for uploads all around the world. I'm new on Twitch. Are you? Oh, nice. Well, thank you for popping into my stream. Hope you enjoy yourself, pal. I've recently played, well, I say recently, back in October, I played the Resident Evil 0, and my goal is to eventually sort of, it'll take quite a while, but to eventually start working my way through all the Resident Evil games. Even the ones I've not played, like I've not played Mikey with that world, Mr. Worldwide, Big Mikey. Welcome to the Man Home Video Store, but anyway, I'm thinking about playing the original Resident Evil 2, because I've only ever played the remake. That's a lie, I played a bit of the original. But I'm looking forward to digging into like the side games, like Dead Aim and shit like that. Things that are not... Actually, that's a lie. I've also played Umbrella... No, not Umbrella Chronicles. Operation Raccoon City. I had that, my stream played through that and the Umbrella and the Spec Ops campaigns, which, you know what? It's not a good Resident Evil game. I had fun with it. Imagine if you play it multiplayer, because I've ended up playing single player, but imagine playing it multiplayer would be fucking class. It's made by... I might be making this up, but it's made by the guys that done the SOCOM games, which are very like multiplayer focused. The Man on Home Video is a global institution. It's outlasted Blockbuster, it's outlasted Global Video, it's outlasted internet cafes. You know what? Now who's laughing? Me. There's a large iron door and it won't budge. Me's a laughing. Circular depression. There's a wolf-shaped emblem. And I'm what you got? Mickey, we need to make you a Man on Home Video ever. So, I've actually... I've not ordered them yet, but I'm gonna get, like, polo shirts with the Man on Home Video logo. And I'm thinking about just getting photos of, like you going, like, happy with your employees at the and shooting, like... Basically doing, like... You know, I'm doing quotation marks here, like... Employee of the month sort of things with Man on Home Video. I'm talking about going full gimmick with this. A circular depression is a wolf-shaped emblem. I'm a man-shaped depression. Anyway, carved inside. Fuck, we should get a... Oh! You can get one for cheap, can't you? Just... We have these mental ideas. We should... Like, remember the time we had the idea we were going to make a Daredevil sort of thing? With... It's going to be Daredevil, but with Manlin, like my wrestling character. Right, where's it? Oh, there it is. It's an eagle-shaped emblem carved inside. You were gonna make a Daredevil. Well, it's me and Kieran were watching. We're watching a lot of like your edgy superhero stuff. You know, like Daredevil's actually really good. But you know, we're talking about like the edgy superhero movie. You know what kind of ones we're talking about. And we're like, we should do one for Manlin. The Mikey lore goes deep. Actually, I've got a pitch. This is what. So. I was talking to a guy investing about this, and I was like, this is my kayfabe about how... Because I'm active on my Manlin Twitter promoting my streams. But the thing is that Manlin is the homeless, crazy wrestler. And his twin brother, Mikey, is the one that's burdened with the Twitch streams in the home video store that they've just forgotten. Because Manlin was too much of a fucking... And that was like, in my head... So if I ever do, wrestlers done this. There was this thing in Pandemic Wrestlers started doing cinematic matches. I was like, see if I ever do one, then I'm gonna have a bit where Manlin gets like thrown through a door or something like that, and then looks up, and we'll do that sort of the thing where it's like a split screen kind of in editing, and just have me and the Man Home Video polo shirts going Manlin and Manlin going Mikey, just sort of keeping the two separate. I like the ideas. Even though I'm the only cunt that would ever care about that cares about this continuity in my head. You know, I'm a big sweaty nerd, I don't give a fuck. Right? So I've actually completely forgot this area. I've not done this area since... That sounds fun though. Aye, could be fun. Could be, emphasis could be. Right. Did I see a shiny hammer? It's an old typewriter. If only I had an ink ribbon. If only there was an insane amount of ink ribbons lying around. I don't think I'll need the... I don't need the MO disc until later on. So I'll come back and get that when we're doing the Like when we're sorting stuff. Have you considered Shakespeare though? I have never read a Shakespeare thing because my school didn't. It had Shakespeare for your much later in school, you know, sort of stuff. Like if you're taking like higher English and stuff, which I didn't. But I think we're going to Shakespeare, then we end up doing a book called The Outsiders, so I have never read any Shakespeare, and from what I've heard, thank fuck I haven't. I don't know if that's a hot take to say. Don't think we're going to get hardcore Shakespeare fans. Sean's just raging. Flips his computer, everything. Sean's like, how fucking dare you? I bite my thumb at you. You prick that. There we go. That was Shakespearean, wasn't it? I don't know. I'm talking so much shite. Oh, you missed it when Othello powerbombed Lago through a table. Right, so there was this. I can't find it again, but I know I didn't make this up. There was a promotion in Japan that had it was called the Wrestling Shakespeare series. And I think they only done one show, which was Macbeth. And basically, it was Shakespearean wrestling. So it was like wrestling, but like... Oh, mammy daddy, would look at that. Like, they would have sequences where it's like, they come out and do like the storyline, cut the promos, and then they'd have sequences where, bought electronically, I'll have to unlock that. And then for the fights or the things, they would have matches. But it's all in Japanese, so obviously I couldn't understand it, but I still find it mental that there was a fucking wrestling Shakespeare. Because in wrestling, nothing's original and everyone's done something. And if you think you've got an original idea, it's been done in Japan. Because Japanese wrestling's fucking wild. I get close. Right, he's definitely... I'm gonna have so many Crimson Heads. It's locked. A symbol resembling a power area is carved in lock. Locked. A symbol resembling like power area. Cool. I don't think I'm gonna get a tour. Let's just picturing with a handicap match against the witches now. Probably exists. I'm gonna have to think of something on the fly here. Actually, I'll tell you what. So see if I don't think if I've got plenty of time left. What I'll do is we'll do the trailer. We'll cut. We'll say goodbye, and all that. And then fuck it, we'll get Mugen going afterwards. I've not touched Mugen in a while, so we've got the same cast, but we can get something going, you know. Or I'll see what games I've got installed and we'll play something, you know. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I've got demos. I've got PlayStation demos I can dig into. But anyway, we can figure about that later on. Right, so if I can remember, it's John and Ada, I think. Maybe if it's the same from the last playthrough. And the password was Ada. Which, funny enough, Ada wasn't planned to be, you know, as Ada as we know it. It was planned. She was just a name that you put in there, and then Ada was actually a character called Linda in Resident Evil 2. And then they figured, oh, why don't we just make her the Ada that's in the notes? And then obviously that's when the secret agent side came out, you know. Yeah, so I guessed it right. Right, I don't remember the password there. That was that puzzle you had to do with the. What's it called? Oh, for fuck, I need to put the password in again. No! Nope, it's gone. There we are. Big John Cena, that's the one. That's unlocked. V-Act, researchers note. Oh, this is talking about the Crimson Head. John Cena would make a good movie, Chris. He would. I think he's a bit... Excuse me. Maybe a bit too big. Maybe, like, you could do it... I actually didn't think Robbie Amell done a bad job in Welcome to Raccoon City. All of Welcome to Raccoon City's problems were... It was the budget and the timing, and they tried to fit a bit too much in, and it was... But I thought it was fine, but I think that's maybe because I've just watched a lot of the fucking... There was a single green herb You know what we'll do, just for good luck, we'll use that herb. I thought Welcome to Raccoon City was fine for what it was. I think I've just seen too many of the fucking Mila Jovovich movies that that you could literally shit on your hands and clap and I'd go, better, that's a good Resident Evil movie, you know? Oh no, Sean, you've just hit Megan will find you and fuck you up for saying that. I looked on a site, it was called MyCast, and it's basically used for fan casting. And sometimes they're good, sometimes they're... And then it was one person that was... Who was it? It was Jared Leto as Leon, and Megan was like, nope, none of that. And then another one that was suggested that was... It was Timothée Chalamet as Leon, and she was like, no, none of that. Because Megan thinks Timothée Chalamet looks like a small Victorian child. You know, when you kind of know what you're... What's this? Will you take the X-ray? Yes, I will. Oh, there's an X-ray right there as well, so I'll just... Not necessary to use this now. There's a space to put an X-ray photograph. Oh. We Timothée Chalamet could play Shea Birkin. Was doing any good? A memo on the message board catch your attention. There's something scrawled on the notepad. To use the electronic door, place the initials in alphabetical order. Right, let's see if I can remember this. So, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Oh, is it already? Right, so basically what I have to do is look at this. And remember, so first was the colon. Oh, it's cell. Cell, because colon, esophagus, and then it goes lungs and liver, I think. Or liver and large intestine, basically. You know, when you've got the same puzzles as Chris and Jill, it's not really as confusing how to do them. So I think they fixed that in Resident Evil 2 if you do the A and B scenarios. I think that works really well in that way. So it's cell. I need to remember cell. Oh, more Magnum bullets. Big Johnny Magnum. Let's go. An X-ray photograph. Skeleton structure displayed isn't quite human. Don't mind us, pal. Yes! Would you look at that? 10 on 10, I'm the best. 2 sanitation vision, manager of sanitation from Raccoon Disaster Contingency Committee. I wonder what organ bit doesn't let Spiffy have dairy. I'm trying to think, maybe... I'm guessing maybe it's just his wee tum-tum, because... I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Or a dietitian. Contents of this fact are confidential and intended for the named addressee only. Any copying or disclosure of the contents of this fact to any third party is strictly forbidden by the sender. After reading the contents of this fact, it must be destroyed immediately. We expect a significant increase in the damage done by the recent T-virus outbreak than initially estimated. There are several concerns. First concern, more than half the researchers have been infected by the T-virus and have died. It has also been reported that almost all survivors of this accident are starting to show symptoms of T-virus infection. Our secret security patrol team has also been completely eradicated. Therefore, our most secret research is in danger of public disclosure. Quick actions are demanded to prevent mass media coverage. There is a high possibility that most of the specimens are running loose inside the compound. We expect many casualties to follow. However, yet unfortunately, these casualties underscore the success of our research results. Actions must be taken to prevent our research results from being made public. We suspect the first official intervention will come from the state police and STARS. We strongly recommend taking measures against them first. So basically, so someone's a traitor. I don't know who it is, but yeah, but Umbrella put them in a situation to control STARS, and they're using other test subjects against their you know, their weapons. Transmitting the passcode seems to have unlocked something. Cool, right, so shelf is lined with bottles. They contain a powdery substance. Is it some kind of herbal medicine? The same kind of herbal medicine that Chris is on. Look at him, completely natural. Right, then we're going to... So there's still stuff flying about that I've not picked up, but it's... Fuck, what's the password? How could I forget the password? He's a natty, definitely. I've been getting so many like suggested videos on YouTube. Like my YouTube shorts is fucked. I keep getting like Joe Rogan or some shit like that, you know, but it'll come going, they went, Brock Lesnar is not natural. John Cena is not natural. And I was just like, why am I getting this? What's... And it was talking about other bodybuilders and UFC fighters going like, oh, these guys are natural. This is because... And I was like, why am I... Why am I watching this? Like... And it's one wee guy that sounds more dweeby than me, and that's saying something. It's like... It's as if they got Kieran going like, oh, this guy isn't a real muscle man, you know? Got that last year when I was watching gym workout tip videos. Aye. I think because wrestling has a very... How do I say it? You know, like it tends to be, you know. I think that's why I'm getting those connections. Meathead, you know, like, oh, right wing, yeah. You know. And it's Cell, wasn't it? Oh, no. I think the only one that's a bit more sort of meathead right wing is MMA. MMA has a super meathead right wing sort of fan. No offense to anyone who likes MMA, absolutely no offense. But as a whole, it's just the, you know, the fan base can be quite. Again, I'm also, believe me, I'm also a Twitch streamer, a gamer, and a wrestler. I'm part of like the most toxic fan bases ever. Also with comic books. And there's literally a fucking comic, something called Comicsgate, you know, and Gamergate. Fuck. When's Wrestling Gate coming? I'm part of like the most toxic fandoms, but it's like watching COD streams. I just don't want to know their politics. I'm not gonna ask. If I'm just living in blissful ignorance, it's fine. It's like how Undertaker used to be one of my favourite wrestlers. I really liked, you know, the whole theatrics. I liked his character, I liked the way he wrestled. I liked everything about him. I thought he was cool as fuck. And I did this show called The Last Ride, and it was like leading up to his retirement. And he was sitting there, his first time ever appearing out of character in years. Like he has maintained sort of character for close to 30 years, and he just sits down for an interview, and he's got a big fucking shirt that's like thin blue line. And then he goes through the whole series, and every time he's interviewed, it's like, I kneel for the national anthem. Or something like that, you know, or no, I stand for the national anthem. I can't remember which one was the... kneeling's the good one, showing, you know, support, I think. But you know what I mean, like, these people fucking, you know, or like, step on my flag, I step on your face, you know, sort of shirts like that, very... Yeah, and I was like, oh, I don't know about this. Right, here we go. So, what's this? More shotgun shells. Oh, I'm armed to the fucking gills. Security protocols. Teleport for executive use only. This restriction does not apply in the event of emergency. Passport teleport entry is prohibited unless accompanied by a consultant, researcher, or chief of security. Unauthorized persons enter the airport will be shot on sight. Oof. The elevator stops during 3 emergencies. Visual data room for the use of Special Research Division only. All our access to visual data room must be cleared with Keith Arving, room manager. Prison / Sanitation Division controls the use of the prison. At least one consultant researcher. E. Smith, S. Ross, and A. Wesker. That name sounds familiar. I wonder who the traitor is. It must be an Arnold Wesker, you know? Must be present if viral use is authorized. Entry to the room is limited to the sole person who deactivates the lock with all the passcodes. Accessing the executive output terminals located in each section of the senior researchers deactivates the lock. Oh god, right. Oh. In this room, nitro compound is used primarily as primary fuel source of power. Oh, if I couldn't get that word out. Access is limited to headquarters supervisors. This restriction may not apply to consultant researchers with special authorization. I'm fucked with. I'm so tired. Passcode output terminals. Use and access of the output terminals is limited to authorized senior researchers regarding the progress of Tyrant after the administration of the T-virus. Eligible hereafter. It's his evil twin, Whisker. So, the fandom has been pretty thirsty recently with Resident Evil 4. And it's been Albert Whisker, so Catboy, Leon, and Albert Whiskers have been the big ones that the Resident Evil fandom's been going on about. And you know what? Good for them. We've got too many guys leering at half-naked girls. We need women leering at all these guys because there's a bunch of beautiful boys in Resident Evil, and they are beautiful. I'll tell you that. Right. So, I've got all 3 of the ammo discs now. Albert Whiskers, yeah. Actually, let me find this. So if anyone remembers one of the big memes attached to Resident Evil is Albert. Where is it? So for some reason when I've just searched that, there's a bunch of Catboy Wesker ones that have popped up. Top 3 beautiful Resi boys. Well, Megan will fall out of me if I say anyone who is not Leon, but we'll go with Leon. Big Barry, there he is. I knew I was going to get used to that PNG eventually. It was Tiny Rebecca there. Megan, top 3 beautiful Resident Evil boys. Give us 3 of them. I'm going to say who's my cup of tea. Who do I like? Who would I let split me in 2? Let's go with Wesker. Wesker's a tall, dark, and handsome. Moreau, Resident Evil. Moreau's a good boy. Moreau's a beautiful boy. Megan, what about your man? What's his name? What's his name? Heisenberg from Resident Evil 8. He's a bit handsome, so he is. What about your boy? So you've got Luis from Resident Evil 4, and you've also got Carlos from Resident Evil Remake or Resident Evil 3 Remake. He's a handsome boy. But we'll go with Wesker, sort of big King Carlos. Now, the thing is, Resident Evil equally has some good-ass waifus, including Lady Dimitrescu, who's quite possibly the number 1 waifu. No, I don't know. Lulu exists, and so does Morgan from Dragon Age. It's quite tough competition with those 2. As you can probably tell, I like goth girls. Much like, because film's been set into place. View it. Bioorganic weapon official report. Oh, that's the zombie dub we've met. We don't know Mikey. I've never mentioned how much I like goth girls who want to stand in my throat. Hunters. Oh, and Tyrant. What's that? Bioorganic Weapons Research Group. Development staff. Say, that one on the right, he looks familiar, so he does. Oh my god, right, I bet I need to try and remember this whole thing. Wait, there'll be a fucking pad on the wall somewhere, won't there? The audio-visual materials are filled away neatly. Doesn't seem to be anything important. Is there oh, there's this. I see this. Passcode entry terminal. Use it. Oh yeah, I need to get a red sort of. I know what I've done. Laura's that he's a dirty, dirty pervert. Oh, I'm a filthy pervert. I will not argue in the slightest. Mikey is horny on main quite a lot. But I am most horny for my good lady wife, Megan. I would like to put that in chat, and I would like to... And I'm probably going to hear her coming in battering me. Wait, what am I doing? I've completely lost it because I was talking about... I'm too tired. Me too, it's okay. I've talked about joshing off a bit too much, I'll calm down now. I'm just waiting for that top 3 to pop up again. It'd be like top 3 times you've like joshed off or something like that, you know? Also, joshing off. What the fuck is joshing off? What have I... Oh, fuck, Crimson Head. I'm talking about wanking too much. Get some cold water in my face. Nah, you're right, pal. Jack and Jill. There we go. I hate it. I remember... Oh, my phone went really loud there, jeez. I remember I went to... so I used to have a cinema card, so I would go to the cinema and see everything. And there was one time I went to go see... So I was waiting to go see a movie called The Ward, which had like a midnight showing or some shit like that. Very late showing. But I had like 3 hours between. I was like, I'll go see whatever's on. And I went to see Mr. Popper's Penguins. And I'm sure there was only 3 of us in the screen. And this is about 8 o'clock at night. And I'm sure there was a cunt wanking in that cinema. That's an image that is etched, that sound that is etched into my brain. Someone decided to have a wee Tommy Tug watching Jim Carrey and a bunch of penguins. Also, that movie exists. Remember that? And before you said it was me. It wasn't me having a wee Tommy Tug. I'll take the drugs. Slide filter. There, yeah, there I can go put that in and find the code for the door. Or the wee boop 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 thing. You know? Right, and then we head up here. Right, boys, I'm feeling especially without a filter today. What am I saying? What am I talking about? Because if I'm not guided, I will talk about like the weirdest place I've had a shite. Somebody guide me. What have I to talk about? The shite's... Oh, for fuck. Hey, Chronicle, how you doing? Pearl is very good. Mia Goth is such a good actress. Like, I'm not spoiling anything, but see that 3-minute sort of monologue she gets, and the camera clearly... I don't know why I'm doing the turning as if like it's one of those old cameras, but you know, she was just watching the... Excuse me, I need to burp there. Maybe she was just it was like 3 minutes of her acting and just giving this monologue about how she doesn't feel pretty enough and how... Oh, so fucking good. You feel so sorry for her, and then you forget she's a evil killer, you know? But Mia Goth is so good. So good. So she's actually... There's very few actors I get really excited about to see a movie starring them. Like, I would say Nicolas Cage, but Nicolas Cage's in a lot of shite. He's never bad in movies, but he's in bad movies, if that makes sense. But Mia Goth's an actress, like, I've still to see... Is it Infinity Pool? It was like a 6-minute long shot. Oh, so good. I've still to see Infinity Pool, and I really want to see that because I loved the last movie that he did, which was Possessor. And Possessor was my favourite movie of the year it came out. Possessor was so fucking good. But Possessor's got... No, Infinity Pool's also got my boy, one of the Skarsgårds. I forget which one. The one that was in Northman, which was also class. But she can eat a whole pie sitting like Rooney Mara. She definitely could. Mia Goth would do that and be a lot more entertaining than Rooney. No, I don't watch that in Rooney Mara. Rooney Mara's in a good few movies. Alexander, that's the one. There's so many Skarsgårds. Anyway, Cerberus, Neptune, Hunter, Tyrant. The boys, right, 8462. 8462. 8, 4, 6, 2. You know, I've not seen A Ghost Story, but that's also because I don't really. Is it Casey Affleck that's in it? I don't really like him. On top of the whole him being probably inappropriate. Did I see it with you, Sean? It seems like something you would have dragged one of us to see. It was good. I've heard good things. Some sort of image editing equipment. Looks like you can use it to view a Kenneth's film. Okay, Mickey's under sheet for the whole movie. I don't even know he's there. Got critical acclaim for his performance, and it could be any cunt under that. But you know what I've loved about this movie? I've noticed the fucking background and the model are two separate things, so it's like the zombies just sort of like drag towards you, if you know what I mean? As if they've got it on like it doesn't walk, it kind of just floats. But anyway, yeah, that was Kenneth. Some sort of image editing equipment. I know we've seen Kenneth's movie. I'm sure there's maybe a film like I've not picked up elsewhere. Audiovisual material, right? But I've got the power key. An electrical symbol is imprint on it. Key for the power area. So what I'm gonna do is so I've got that ammo disc. I need to find where you can put the ammo disc, and then that will unlock the other door. You gotta see. I am gonna see Evil Dead Rise. I have not planned when to go yet, but I do really want to see it. I'm actually gonna rewatch the 2013 Resident Evil Evil Dead, because I think Evil Dead's such a cool series that every movie feels drastically different, but there's not been a bad movie in it. The 2013 one is probably how to say it. Looks good, but I don't want to watch it ever. Oh, you should watch. I started after 1 and 2 ranking wise. I really like the remake. I think the remake is fucking class. Evil Dead 1 is Evil Dead 1 is good, but it's really limited by its budget, and it's good, but it was more how creative it was, because these were like 20 people were like 20 when they were making this fucking amazing and really how do I say it? Not like, obviously there was more extreme stuff that was getting pushed at the time, but that was all stuff that was grindhouse and stuff that was, you know, like you had to get it from the fucking mail order catalogs or whatever. But this was released in cinemas. This was a big sort of mainstream movie, and it really pushed what you could do at that point. It was super violent, super fucking really pushed the envelope at the time. Now it's still quite extreme, but it's quite tame. The 2013 one, holy fuck, is so good. A lot of it's an allegory for drug use, because the main girl is like, she comes to the cabin to go cold turkey and heroin with her friends, and it's so good. They brought it out because everyone was doing CGI. This was at like the low point of horror movies. This was after the whole remake train of, like, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw, Prom Night, all those really shitty remakes, and they went, we're using hardly any CGI. Everything's practical, everything's in. My only complaint with the movie, which is the colour grading. The colour grading is really dark and really sort of muted, which again was the style at the time in the late 2000s. I used the key for the power area, and I'll use it here. There's no fire use for this key, discard, yep. But it's a very good movie. I'd suggest watching a 2013 one. I'd suggest watching Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2 is generally one of my favourite movies. You don't need to see the first one because it kind of recaps the first one. Because Sam Raimi didn't have rights to his own movie, so he just remade it in the start of Evil Dead 2. But Evil Dead 2 is fucking fantastic, and Bruce Campbell's great. The only thing so I really like Bruce Campbell and Ash and all that, because who doesn't? Ash is fucking class. But you can't have a serious Evil Dead movie and have Bruce Campbell in there, because Bruce Campbell is a cartoon character, especially as Ash. And I love Ash. I'm not trying to sound bad or, you know, pissing off people, but like, do you get what I mean? Because he's so cartoony and he can never die. Ever. But with the remake and Evil Dead Rise, which look very similar, it's a lot more grim, it's a lot more nasty, it's a lot more what I imagine. It's like a sequel to the first one, as opposed to a sequel to 2 and 3 and all that. But again, 2 and 3, if you love that, there's a great, like, the Ash vs Evil Dead TV show is exactly what you're looking for. Ash vs Evil Dead is so good. Like, Megan watched it as one of Megan's favourite shows ever, you know? And I was so afraid because I was like, oh right, Evil Dead is a weird one because it's such a weird and silly premise. But she loves it, you know? I should get the Magnum, shouldn't I? Okay. I'll go get the Magnum for the boss fight. But yeah, I fucking love me Evil Dead. And I could talk about it for hours, you know, but that's just me with any sort of thing I'm obsessed because if I like something, I need to know everything about it. So I've read up everything about like the development of Evil Dead. Seen the second one years ago, I don't really remember it. It's good, but it's very different. Because Megan was trying to get you to come with us to go see Evil Dead, wasn't she? Thing is, you could watch all the movies out of order and it won't really matter because they're For context, Kieran asked us up to his one time and he wanted to watch It Follows, which was fine. I thought it was okay. And Kieran, because he's scared of jump scares, even though It Follows doesn't really have any jump scares, he's afraid of getting scared so much, he read the script. He googled the script for the movie he was going to watch, read it, and so much so he was like, oh, this bit's coming up, oh, this bit's scary. Kieran does not like scary movies. Like, horror movies are my favourite medium, or my favourite genre of movie. The only problem is, there's a lot of shit horror movies that give it a bad name. But see when you get a good horror movie, oh, so good, you know? But like I said, there's a lot of shit out there that makes it... What's in here? Ah! Fuck are you? Just make sure you're dead. Or reload. Oh, it's okay, it's dead. It's rusted shut and won't budge. Ah! Thankfully, a shotgun can't delete these guys. Various precision instruments used in surgery. Operating table's covered in blood. This blood doesn't look like it came from surgery, though. Also, Kieran, so I've been saying this for years. Have you watched Bone Tomahawk? Because Bone Tomahawk is fucking class. It's one of those movies like anyone I see, I'll go, excuse me, have you watched Bone Tomahawk? No yet, son. For Kieran! Go watch it. It's got Kurt Russell in it and quite a few other boys. No, not the Bone Tomahawk. Yeah, Sean's sick of hearing me talk about Bone Tomahawk. Sean, have you watched Bone Tomahawk? It's unlocked something. I think Mikey's sponsored by them. Oh, give me all the money. Actually, I wasn't a big... So he's made 3 movies in the last while. He made Bone Tomahawk, which is one of my favourite movies. He made Dragged Across Concrete, which was No, Dragged Across Concrete was the one with Mel Gibson that was kind of shite. And he made, I think it was Brawl in Cell Block 43, something along the lines of that. And Cell Block 1 is fucking great. Got Vince Vaughn in it, which I'm going to put on the table. I wasn't a big fan of Vince Vaughn, because I've seen quite a few of his sort of comedy movies and I wasn't super into them. But when he's in Brawl in Cell Block, he's so good. So fucking good. And then he was in Freaky, which was this sort of horror comedy where Freaky Friday, but imagine if you got switched with a serial killer as opposed to your mom. And it's really good. I quite like Vince Vaughn. It's not because, again, I've seen a couple of movies recently that I've really enjoyed him in. You know, so that's what I was impressed. I've been impressed with him in a couple of movies. But it's the same way like Adam Sandler, where I've seen Punch Drunk Love, I think, which I really liked him in that. And I've seen about half of Uncut Gems. And you know what? He was good in Uncut Gems. He played this horrible sleazy character really well. Don't know if that's a good thing, but yeah. But again, I'm not saying, but Adam Sandler's a hack fraud, but Vince Vaughn, I'm sure, is genuinely good. He's fucking massive as well. He's one of these actors I think would actually be like... Am I making it up that he was in... Was he in True Detective? I imagine if you could put him in something like that, he'd be surprisingly class. You know, if you put him in something that was a bit more serious. He was, that's why I'm thinking of that. I've not seen True Detective any series. Kinda want to, I've heard good things about it. What am I doing in here? Oh, mate, I thought this was the power bit. It was no bad either, it's just the script for that season was dire. Aye. I've heard not great things about... I've heard the first season is meant to be absolutely amazing. I've not heard anything about the other ones. But he's like, it's like one of these actors, like I remember I watched, there's a movie called Emily the Criminal, and Aubrey Plaza is very good. Aubrey Plaza's been playing comedy roles for ages, playing that sort of snarky, weird character. And I watched Emily the Criminal. Emily the Criminal's fucking class. It's, imagine if you made a movie about, you know, it's very mission, like a mission and a character you do early in GTA that kind of gives you a wee tutorial and then you leave and go do something else. It's like that kind of stuff. Basically, she is poor, can't hold it. She's in a shitty job, and because she's got a assault case, she can't get a good job, so she ends up going and getting a thing where she has to shoplift and do credit card fraud. And then she gets really into it and stuff. It's really good, really, really fucking good. She's really class. And actually, that's a lie. She was in Someone Goes West, where she's like obsessed. She gets obsessed with this social media icon. Very good in that. And then in White Lotus season 2, it's fucking class. It's not seen season 1. No gonna lie, boys. Ingrid Goes West. That's it. But she's at that point now. It's like whenever there's a movie with Aubrey Plaza, I'll be like, oh, you know, pay attention to that. Me and Goth are like the two ones that I'm right now. I'm like, right, you need to pay attention to these movies because they'll be class. Actually, that's a lie as well. Blackbear. She's done a movie called Blackbear. It was class as well. It appears to Five Goes West. That's the one. And you fancy them? I do as well. Not gonna lie. There needs to be a control panel for the elevator. Press the switch. Doesn't seem to get any power. I watched Parks and Rec, and again, really fancy Aubrey Plaza on that, but it's purely because because Sean said to me that Chris Pratt's character and Aubrey Plaza's character reminds him of me and Megan. And I was watching it, I was like, no, don't like this. As soon as I watched it, I was like, I hate you, Sean. Why'd you say that? And then I said to my mum, and they, because they were watching it at the same time, and my mum just burst out laughing, going, yep, I see it. And I was like, shut up. No Chris Pratt, right? Ah! Big manky fucking spider thing. Right, where's this MO key? Also, I might be making this up. T. Joseph, is he? Do you fancy him? Oh yeah, you went bad actor, right? Didn't you go through a thing of watching like every Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie? Well, Feel Me If It Exploded, Shaken or Jarred. What's made you go off, and what was the movie that... Have you fueling device for the power room? It's not working right now because there's no fuel. There's an empty capsule. I did. An opinion that's aged like milk. What made you go off, and what was the movie that was like, no, right? Because was it? Because I remember you got really obsessed with Big Don John. Especially he was raging that he didn't get a Robin spin-off movie. Mind he was Robin. Mind that, oh, I get really pissed off at, because I'm not a big fan of Batman Begins. I thought it was fine, like I thought, but the action's really badly directed. I thought Scarecrow was underused, which is a shame because I really like Scarecrow. And I really didn't like Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight is good, but I'm putting that down to I don't like Christian Bale's Batman. I'm putting that down to being carried by Heath Ledger and Aaron Eckhart, who are both, and the supporting cast for Dark Knight is insane. But again, all these movies have really good supporting casts, but I think Dark Knight was just lightning in a bottle. That was really good, you know. If I had an MO disc, I could transmit the passcode. There we go, we've got a third MO disc. I think every single thing he's the prominent lead in is fucking shite. I think 500 Days of Summer is dreadful, but I used to fucking love it. So, I've never seen 500 Days of Summer, but I know the gimmick. And I like the idea of the gimmick. Is that the movie I'm thinking about where it's like his point of view and it's all like class, but ends up he doesn't actually know her or something like that? Am I making that up? Aye, I like that. I think that's a really cool hook for a movie, or a twist. I really like that idea. Don't know if I could watch the whole movie. It kind of reminds me of, there's a movie with Ryan Reynolds called The Voices. Very, very different movie. Very different movie. But there's a bit in that where it shows you his life, and he's always like, it's all like sunshine rainbows. He's got a dog that talks to him, and his cat talks to him, and he's like, oh, this is lovely. His house is all like colourful, and he's like, oh, this is a great life, you know. Ends up he's a serial killer, and he's got like, and he's killed someone. Their head talks to him, and but everything's all bright, and she goes, oh, you need to take your medicine, and he takes his medicine, and suddenly the like whole place just goes grimy. It shows him he's living in a fucking Resident Evil house, you know. And I really like the twist of like going, yeah, he's actually fucking like everything's fucked up and everything's dirty, grimy, and he's talking to himself, you know. But it's a good movie. You should watch the voices. Hey Judd, how you doing, pal? How's your day going? Right, where am I going? Okay. Oh yeah, I unlocked the trusted shut. Guess I'm not going in there. Hiya pal, how you doing? How's your day going? So I'm heading down to the... I think it's this way. And then we just need to pull all these switches. Let's use it, we'll pull it. I'm just gonna sit here, pull up. What's an actor or film you used to love but now think is actually that's a very good one. A lot, because I used to have very low standards for movies. So I used to enjoy. So this is, I don't know, because there's not one that I used to love. I liked The Expendables as a dumb action movie, and looking back, I'm like, I should have much higher standards from action movies, you know, with things like The Raid and stuff like that, you know, and John Wick. But because even the squibs are like, even all that's very CGI, you know. I think aging past 25 and moving it has changed my opinion on a lot of stuff. I've definitely got like a higher standard for stuff, unless I am like, for example, I love the Friday the 13th movies. They are trash, you know. They are trash. It was made to turn a profit without any sort of artistic value, apart from, you know, like, look at how cheesy this is and look at the kills. Hey, there we go, you know. But Friday the 13th, actually, no, Friday the 13th is a good example because I used to be super into them. Now I'm into them in a different way, but I can acknowledge that they're not like. I used to properly fucking stand those as good movies. Don't know if that was a good take, Mikey, you know. But what movies do I like, or actor do I like that I properly went against and went, no, I don't like them anymore? That's a good question. I can't really think, because now I don't tend to watch movies again. I tend to watch a movie once, and then that's it, and go, that was fucking great. Or rewatch it after years, like Kevin Smith. I don't like Kevin Smith, but I've never really been a big fan of his stuff. I think that's because all those movies I watched, I like Dogma. Dogma is the only one I genuinely like. I've never seen Chasing Amy. I don't like Jay and Silent Bob. I've never liked them. I found their humour very annoying. So much so, when I was watching the Screen movies, and I forgot they had a cameo in 3, as soon as I see it, I was like, oh, fuck off. No, you know. I've seen Yoga Hosers, which is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. I've seen Tusk. I didn't really like Tusk. Outside of the shock value and the extremism of it, like, I thought, I was like, oh, that's, you know. But then again, when you're getting the same reaction that the fucking Human Centipede 2 got out of me, that's not a good sign, you know. And I liked Red State. That's a lie. I liked Red State. Anyway, I've talked so much shit that I forgot where I'm going. Oh, down here. Oh, there's Jill.
Chris?
Jill.
Chris? Wesker's the...
I know.
Oh, so he is. Wesker's the mole, or the bad guy. So Wesker's put in by Umbrella, because Umbrella basically controls all of Raccoon City. A lot of its funding comes from...
Okay.
Chris just punched the door down. Look at the fucking size of you. But, yeah, Raccoon City's all basically owned by Umbrella. And Umbrella paid to get Wesker in as the head of stars, because it's not mentioned so much in here or in the... or in, like, the original games, or in that, but seeing the book that they put out, so they put out a book called The Umbrella Conspiracy, which was written by someone called S.D. Perry, who does a lot of novelizations, and they put in that basically Wesker's been newly sort of, he's like, oh, this hotshot fucking young, well, they say he's young, he's actually like 42 or whatever at the time of Resident Evil 1, but they mentioned that he's like the, basically, Chris and Barry are the ones that have been around the longest, and then Wesker's this new captain that's been brought in to sort of help shape up this ragtag special, you know, sort of special squad, and Jill's like new as well because she's transferred in. But I like the SD books because what they do is they take a look, they basically have to look at all the pure shite that Resident Evil has and go, right, and all the, and they didn't have much at the time, they only had the first game to go on, and they went, right, how do we turn this into an actual story? Also, I'm talking shite, where am I going? I had to pick up the fuel canister, which I think's in this room. I'm trying to think of it. I'm trying to think if I could answer to your question, Kieran, and I can't. Tarantino, I think. I don't like a lot of Tarantino stuff. He's a guy like every young you know, sort of guy who's studying film or TV fucking loves Tarantino, and yeah, it's not a lie, Tarantino's good. I love Reservoir Dogs. Is it a hot take if I'm not too crazy about Pulp Fiction? Is that a hot take? Fine. The music's the best thing about it. I'm trying to think what else I like. What else? I've not seen Jackie Brown, which I've heard, and that's one of your favourites, Kieran, from his filmography. Honestly, the movies I like the best, I like Django. I liked Inglourious Bastards. I really liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. No, Kill Bill was fine. He's definitely one of those first getting into the movies directors. Aye. This isn't the right room. Right, I'm trying to get to the room that's got the... Well, maybe it's this way? I'm just checking the map, just so I don't get too lost. But Tarantino's one of those ones you start to see the holes in, if you know what I mean, when you get a bit older. And he writes dialogue pretty well, yeah, but it's like you can start to see the... It makes me sound like a total wank saying that someone's my favourite director, Nolan and Tarantino, probably because of Twitter. Aye. Nolan, I've never been too crazy about. Like, he's got... Well, I'm trying to think of Nolan's movies. Actually, we'll get that up now. We'll have a wee look. Yeah, it's because you've not looked further and stuff like... Honestly, if I had to choose my favourite director, that's a tough one. I don't think I've got one director that I love. I've got directors I keep my eye on, like guys like Brandon Cronenberg's one that I've always got my eye on. But I'm trying to think. Most of them are like newer, younger directors who... But then, the thing that I hate... mine's Lynch. Of course, David Lynch. I like David Lynch as well. I think he can get too much David Lynch, but again, you know. Right, let's have a look at Christopher Nolan movies. Also, I forgot to get this image up from earlier, because for some reason... actually, let me get a new... No, it's a sound alert. Don't. Let me get a new image. Because for some reason, this popped up when I typed in Albert Whiskers. There you go. Big Albert Whiskers. There he is. Catboy Wesker. Literally, Catman. And there's a lot of Albert Whiskers. Let me find the one I was looking for. This is it. I don't know how I've done Resident Evil for this long, and I've not brought up the Redfield Bloodline. Yeah, that Redfield Bloodline was it was a meme for quite a while. Big Albert Whiskers, that's where I was thinking of him. There we go. Anyway, there seems to be something behind the study door. I forgot about that. Fucking yes, man. I've just literally googled Redfield Bloodline, and there's so much stuff. There's so much shit. Anyway, so I'm looking up Christopher Nolan movies. So Christopher Nolan, let's have a gander what he's made. Dark Knight, good. Interstellar, I don't like Interstellar. Inception. Inception is a very simple movie, but it's a very simple idea that is bogged down with all this shit that people think it's much bigger than what it is. I like it, but again, it's a very simple heist movie, which is bogged down by all this stuff. Interstellar's my favourite. Ooh. Tenet. Load of shite. I tried to watch that. Turned it off. Oppenheimer. Looks pretty good. Excited about that. Dunkirk. Was fine. Dark Knight Rises. Shite. Memento. I like Memento. Batman Begins. The Prestige. Prestige is my favourite movie I think he does. Insomnia. I've never seen. Holy shit. Insomnia starring Al Pacino, Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank. And holy shit. So Al Pacino plays a cop who's goes to an Alaskan town to investigate a killing of a teenage girl. The main suspect plays a psychological game of cat and mouse with him, jeopardizing his own mental stability, and it's Robin Williams. Oh. That sounds good. So there's a movie, I'm sure everyone's heard of it, where it's I forget, it's something minute photo. Or something photo, whatever, I can't remember his name. And he plays this guy, photo clerk working at a shop and becomes obsessed with his family. Robin Williams, 1 hour photo, that's it. That movie's not great, but Robin Williams' performance in that is fucking amazing. He tried out to be Riddler so many times in any Batman movie, he fucking should have been. I know Jim Carrey was more popular, well, at the time because of fucking, but like, I don't know if Robin Williams' Riddler would have went well with Joel Schumacher's vision of Batman. Paul Dano was fucking class. Because the Riddler is a joke villain. The Riddler has been a joke villain for years. Paul Dano made him fucking feel like a threat and made him serious, Made him scary. I remember, so I was with me and Megan went to see it. And I remember for some reason there was quite a few kids in the cinema. And see the start of that, they fucking freaked. They got when it's the sort of guy it's the guy in his house and he's like sitting drinking while watching TV, and you see the background and then it flashes and you see the Riddler in the background, but he's got the fucking Zodiac killer mask on, and then he fucking clacks him in the back head with a hammer. Oh my god, what a fucking start of a movie. It's so good. Anyway, it looks like a refueling device. Set a capsule into place. So this gimmick is I can't run, I need to be careful about getting hit, otherwise the capsule will explode. I definitely should have saved before this. We all make mistakes. I've went the wrong way. I freaked, never mind them. You can't really go horror. So Kieran, you sure I can't talk again to come see Evil Dead Rise with us? Right, so I just need to get this through this door. I am quite sure, son. I don't know, I'm wary about it as well because I've had my hopes up for horror reboots and stuff, because Halloween had its initial run. Halloween was fucking class. Then Halloween Kills came out. Halloween Kills was bad. Then Halloween Ends came out, and Halloween Ends, holy fuck, that was dog shit. Like, I was sitting watching it and I was sitting there going, is this genuinely like a joke? Like, it's so it's got a good idea. Try something different, I'll give it that. Pardon me. But it is fucking horrible. Like, so bad. Like I said, I was in shock watching it, how bad it was. Like, probably, I think so. I was actually going through my movies, because I've got IMDb account. I find that a bit easier to not archive, but sort than Letterboxd. When the new Scream coming out on Scream, because I checked myself some, even though I'm not that scared. Scream 6 is really good. I really enjoyed myself with Scream 6. I wasn't a huge fan. I think Scream 1's good. I've not actually seen many other ones. Right, there's no fuel. Set captain list. There we go. Now I can run. I really like Scream 5 I thought was really good. A really sort of cool turn on it. I thought Scream 4 was pretty bad. But Scream 6 was really fun. I really enjoyed myself at. Like that's the theme of the movies I've watched. Apart from John Wick, nothing I've seen I've personally given a 7 this year, over a 7 this year. John Wick got a 9 because I fucking love John Wick 4, sorry. But everyone else I got fucking top, like about 7 for me, but everyone I've seen this year, I've not seen a bad movie this year. Everyone I've seen has been really fun. Like that, like I've seen Scream in the cinema, I've seen Megan, I've seen actually that's a lie. I've seen Shazam. Shazam was not good. Shazam was like a 5. It was perfectly fine. You know, it was a superhero movie. Which is a shame because I actually really enjoyed the first Shazam movie because I felt Shazam was like felt like a breath of fresh air. But now that this one feels like a desperate cling to DC, if you know what I mean. Because it's like because James Gunn's putting the DC universe out of its misery because it's been fucking shite outside of like a few things. There's no power to maintain or start it up. But James Gunn sorting it, which I'm looking forward to because I fucking loved the Suicide Squad that James Gunn done, and so much so I'm I don't want to say I'm done with Marvel movies because I watch them when they come out in streaming. I'm not too excited to watch them. They're fine, you know, but I'm genuinely excited to see Guardians 3 because anything James Gunn does I really like. Like he's one of my he's a director I really like. Anything James Gunn does I will tend to try and get into watching. So I went back with Megan and I watched Slither for the first time in years. The new Ant-Man's the first Marvel film I've skipped. I've not seen it yet, but I've seen this account on Twitter, and it's like perfect Marvel gifts or whatever, and it was gifts from that movie, and I was like, this movie looks, and that's a shame. I like Ant-Man's one of my favourite heroes, and I really like Paul Rudd, but I've heard Paul Rudd's one of the only good things about that movie, sort of holding it together. And in theory, they've got MODOK. I fucking love MODOK. MODOK is one of the weirdest characters Marvel's ever brought up, and they could do something really fun with, like, they had a TV show with MODOK, and the MODOK thing was a lot of fun. But no, the new one was just, they've just killed it. They made them it just looked so fucking soulless, which I know saying that about a Marvel movie doesn't really mean much, but yeah, it just looked so bad and so. And I think everything I've seen at Marvel I've liked. They've not made something bad, but it's just I'm kind of sick of it, you know. Yeah, Guardians 3 I'm excited about, and also I've seen a thing that was it was a wee sort of clip from, and it was the end of Captain America. The first Captain America, he wakes up and he's in the future, and they point something out in the movies. Have you noticed in Marvel? Nobody interacts with our background. Like, nobody does anything, like, interacts with items that are lying around them because everyone's on a green screen. So everyone feels really weightless and feels like there's not actually anything there. But also, boys, I need to talk about this. Fucking go see John Wick 3. John Wick 4, sorry. Like, there's so many moments that post-it gives me a bad time. It feels like they've been trying to course, but the thing is, they've been trying to course correct for ages, but it doesn't feel like they've been going anywhere. Like, Adventurous, like, and I know it's unfortunate with the passing of, I forget the guy that plays Black Panther. That's really bad that I forgot his name. But I've got a feeling they were planning and building everything around him. If you get what I mean, I feel like he was built up to be like, right, need to recast Kang now. The shit show. Oh, it's terrible. But it's okay. Maybe they'll be like Ezra Miller and just be unsackable. But alright, so I went tits up. I seen a gif, thing, and it was Adam Driver punching a wall, and the caption was Kevin Feige opening the news. And that's the thing, like, I've seen clips from She-Hulk. She-Hulk looks fun because, you know, I feel that Marvel movies are, that's the thing, Marvel movies are to, I don't know, I was gonna say, She-Hulk would have been really fun when everything was really dark and gritty and serious, you know. Marvel being a bit too like She-Hulk would have been fun if every Marvel movie wasn't big serious villain, little funny quip, you know, kind of cuts the tension down a little bit because Marvel's it's that kind of humor the writing I don't really like. That's why I was really happy to see Batman, which is just a fucking serious movie that's all like. It's weird that was a breath of fresh air considering pre-MCU, that's what we were sick of, was ultra serious dark superhero movies, you know? But I'm genuinely excited about what they're going to do with DC going forward. Marvel, not so much. I love the Batman, so good. Like, I mean, I was looking at what movies I gave last year, because I didn't do them, I was going to do the Mikeys, because I'm the only person that cares about Mikeys, but it was like, what's my favourite movie this year? Batman was up there. Pearl was up there. Emily the Criminal was up there. I think Everything Ever All was probably my favourite, but again, that movie's getting so much praise that I was like, maybe I will give it something else, you know?
Chris!
Not that... Oh, it's Rebecca!
Rebecca!
I saw you in the inner garden. I finally caught up.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. No more following. Just stay with me, kid.
She's dressed in that outfit because I've got this outfit. She doesn't normally dress up as a cowgirl, but I think after Resident Evil 0 she just kind of just snapped and just went like... She's had quite a night, so she has Resident Evil 1 and... Well, Resident Evil 0 and then this all in one night. Looking forward to the Penguin TV show. Oh, have you seen that clip? I believe it was released as special features, and it was Colin Farrell doing this first makeup test and just sort of talking and getting used to the character, saying, "Oh, where do you live? I'll send you a letter," you know. And I was like, so good. Colin Farrell's been fucking class this year with Batman, and then Banshees of Listen to Me Butcher the Irish Language, or Irishirin. That movie, it was fucking class in that. Everyone was class in that movie. I'm surprised that didn't clean up more than the Oscars, which, again, all the movies were good at the Oscars, but I'm surprised. He's fucking great. Aye. I rewatched In Bruges not long after we watched Banshees. In Bruges is fucking amazing. That's probably my favourite of his movies. I forget the director's name, but Banshees was really good. But In Bruges is probably still my favourite. Also, I like that it's been that... Oh, it's Wesker.
Wesker.
So you've come. Chris, you make me proud. But of course
Yes.
you are one of my men.
Big Daddy Wesker's proud of me.
Since when, Wesker?
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Since when have they been slipping you a paycheck?
Been quite a while.
I think you're a bit confused. I've always been with Umbrella. And stars were umbrellas. No, rather, my little piggies. The Tyrant virus leaked, polluting this whole place, and unfortunately, I had to give up my lovely members of STARS.
You killed them with your own dirty hands.
Oh, no, he's pointing
Son
at
of a
with his
bitch.
big dirty finger.
Oh yes, dear. Just like this.
Rebecca!
Don't
Oh,
move.
fuck.
You.
I don't think you want to die just yet.
Chris, you had a
I have
magnum. Just
something
shoot him.
that's of some interest to you.
This looks like an ogre. He is relatively I have got the skin from Resident Evil 5, so he is exceedingly massive. Like cartoonishly massive. There we go, there's the big Tyrant. This is actually Tyrant 002, I believe, because 001 was killed in Resident Evil 0, which was like a proto-Tyrant. This one's 002, and then I believe... I can't remember if there's another one, and then it's Mr. X, who's like 003 or 4. I used to remember, as a kid, I got obsessed with Resident Evil, so I used to be able to tell you every single
The
one.
ultimate life form.
Ultimate Life Form is a big Ken doll with a big claw.
Wesker, you've become senile.
Chris, you'll never understand. It's magnificent.
It's beautiful. Oh, there's Wesker. Oh, there's Wesker killed. Oh yeah, because Barry shoots him in Jill's playthrough. So that if anything, the ending's the only really different part outside of, you know, we'll never see him again, and that was it.
Come on, you test tube freak.
Ah, shit. What a pathetic way to die. He's holding something. Never mind, Tyrant. I'm sitting reading a wee note here. Anyway, I just want to say how... so see when the Resident Evil... So the Resident Evil Netflix show isn't great. It's weird. Not really connected to Resident Evil. It's very strange. But can I just say how much of a good fucking call and great casting choice Lance Reddick playing Wesker was? Rest in peace, Lance. You were fucking class in everything I've seen you in. Observation note. The discovery of the G virus was in fact 21 years after the administration of the progenitor virus. R.I.P. King. Oh, he's so good. The prototype parasite, which we had discovered from a laboratory in France, was administered to a sample specimen. The sample specimen took in the parasite without showing any signs of adverse reaction. Lack of any reaction was an unsolved mystery, but now everything is clear to me. The prototype parasite was incubated in the sample specimen's body for 21 years. In the incubating state, the prototype suddenly mutated, evolved, may have a more appropriate word for it. Observation has given me more insight into my research. Though further modification and testing, I was able to derive that method to create G that surpasses the performance in the T. The G virus is something we'll see in Resident Evil 2. That's what Birkin uses and what infects a lot of people. That's why like zombies are bigger and the fucking, you know, infection, the tyrants are bigger and shit like that. As one of the breakthroughs that would change the future of BOW's history. I can't wait to see a look on Alexia's annoying face when I finally announce my research, but unfortunately I'll have to wait a few more years to completely verify my findings. William Birkin, him and Wesker were best pals. Again, the two bad guys from Resident Evil 1 and 2. Big fucking Ken dolls just come over. Look at that arse. What a cracking arse Tyrant has. Well, clap them cheeks. Like that. Oh god. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to clap your cheeks. Took a shot in the bobby and it killed him, I think. Clap them fucking cheeks, Chris. Do it. Anyway, I'm done. I'm too hyper, I'm shouting about clapping cheeks. PAL used to release the electronic lock. The electronic lock has been released. If you had to shag a Resident Evil monster, what would you shag? And no cheating saying Lady Dimitrescu. Look at that, Tyrant's peach, look at it. Oh dear. Oh dear, right, maybe I've jumped the gun a wee bit with my horny here. Is she dead? No, she's okay, she's surviving. What's the thing with tongues? Oh, liquors. They appear in Resident Evil 2 as well.
Chris.
It's a good thing you were wearing your bulletproof vest.
Ah yes, a bulletproof cowgirl outfit.
Let's get moving.
Okay.
Right, also can I mention how, so I'll show you what she's wearing and what she's meant to be wearing because I didn't realise my outfit would actually change that. So, there's tiny Rebecca there. She wears like this. It's like a bulletproof, sort of green outfit with a wee bulletproof vest on it. That's what she should be wearing, but obviously because I've chose the Resident Evil 5 outfit, she's wearing the cowgirl outfit. But they're liquors, they appear in Resident Evil 2. I think they appear in 3 a little bit, but anyway, they're one of the most iconic enemies from Resident Evil, so when they popped up in 5 I nearly screamed. They're also scary as shit. But I want them to just fire their tongue right into my anus. Anyways, oh shit, we haven't... I got a laboratory key? Don't think I have. That's us. We've got Rebecca. Rebecca's still alive, which was the main thing I was really careful about that Rebecca didn't die.
I found a file in the lab. Apparently, there's still a lot of Tyrant virus here. We should blow this whole place up.
Right. The show must go on. I'll leave that up to you, Rebecca.
I'm on it. I'll start the self-destruct system I found a little while ago.
It's not like we're out of this yet. I'll see you on the outside.
Outside.
Oh, that's kind of cool, because in Jill's one, Wesker survives, or you don't see him, but he gets up and he actually takes it, like, goes in and gets the fucking, you know, he sets himself to shut off. Oh! Well, it seems kind of useless to have this, but what I will do is I'll do a save, but I'll save on a different file, just so I don't accidentally lose. Like, see if I've maybe missed something. I will take all this. I will take all of this. No typewriter, you can save your progress using ink ribbon. And I'll save on the... Because I think so I think I've maybe saved just before the Tyrant fight, I think, maybe. Yeah, because I remember I was like, oh, I should have saved when I was fighting the... What you call it? No, when I was walking with that canister. Rebecca's way to get out. Will I go get Jill? Can I go open Jill's door? Let's try... Let's try that. Sorry, I forgot where I was going for a second. But I've really enjoyed playing through Resident Evil 1. Oh! There we go, she's turned it on.
All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing.
No, you're more Megan. I realised I forgot to turn wee Rebecca off there. Oh shit. It's okay, I don't have to worry about wasting ammo. Shite. Can't take it with me, can I? There's no door there, that's embarrassing. You know who was, so I went to see Renfield. And you know who's fucking class, and she might actually be one of my favourite actors now, Aquafina. She's fucking class. She's really good. Like, Nicholas Hoult was fine, but Nicholas Hoult's usually always fine, you know? As a surprise to nobody, absolutely nobody, Nicolas Cage was very good as Dracula. I actually was reading things about him, and there's 3 characters he always wanted to play. Captain Nemo, Superman, and Dracula. The lock is released. Let's go get Jill.
Jill, sorry I made you wait.
I knew you'd come.
Let's get out of here.
There we go, so we've got everyone we can save. I still find it so weird that, canonically, Rebecca and Barry both survive, but in no playthrough can you actually get Rebecca and Barry to survive. Because Barry, obviously if he plays Chris, Barry disappears, and I think they mentioned that, I don't know if he dies or disappears, whatever. Maybe we can just, I don't know. Sort the Resident Evil timeline's fucked. There's that many side games, there's that many characters showing up in our places.
Let's get going.
Right, if I can remember where she went. And I'm trying to remember what other movies there was this year outside of outside of Evil Dead Rise. Because me and Megan have actually been really lucky. Is like this year, there's always been movies coming out that we want to see every couple of weeks or so. Because we've been going to the cinema quite a lot. But I think it's a wee bit of a dry period after Evil Dead. That's the right way. But Scream was one of them I want to see. Threegan. Who was afraid I'm buzzing at my wee tits for? I'll go see it with you, Kieran. We'll sort out a time and we'll go see that. Even I'm not super up for it. Well, not up for it. I'm not super into it. But it's an A24 movie. I'll always give an A24 movie a try. Because they're one of the studios again. They will make so much shit, and I'll be interested in some of it, you know.
That makes sense. Like they're like, I see a movie they watched called, I think it was Lamb. It was called. I fucking loved Lamb. That was what a mental fucking ride of a movie. And they're very, I don't want to sound pretentious by saying very experimental, but they're one of the studios that are not they're willing to take a risk with their movies. So I'm automatically up for like, right, here we go. This will be interesting, if anything, you know. Oh, Brad's coming.
This is your last chance. If there's anyone alive, give me a sign. I repeat, this is your last chance.
Right, so all I need to give Brad a sign to actually escape. Oh, there's Jill there. The elevator isn't working. Better get the power back. How do we get the power back? Oh, is it this power battery here that I've actually... Oh, I need to use my one fucking healing item because I can't drop items. Right, I'll take the fucking... I need to save a space. Oh, right, I need to do the final boss without any healing items. Cool, let's go. Easy peasy. I don't think that battery is... Oh, it works. Would you look at that? Oh, there we go. The girls, the lads, they're all together.
Brad's up in the helicopter.
Those things are coming.
I'll take care of them.
But
Chris, you just get in contact with Brad somehow.
okay.
Oh, Rebecca and Jill are away to fuck up those monsters. Yeah, I don't think I'm needed. Those two are badass as fuck. Rebecca killed a tyrant by herself. Like, Rebecca's hard as fuck. And then Dead by Daylight is absolutely useless, but that's all survivors in Dead by Daylight. I've seen a lot of really good horror movies this year. So I'm genuinely excited to see what... Excuse me, need a burp. Actually, fucking movies I'm not looking forward to. Can we talk about this? On Halloween, the same day, Saw 10 is coming out. Why the fuck are they still making Saw movies? I kind of liked Spiral. Spiral was a cool sort of side story that had nothing to do with it outside of the killer being inspired by Jigsaw. That's all I want. I don't want fucking Tobin Bell coming back, and unfortunately it is, because Tobin Bell's like 1,000, and oh yeah. And then we've got Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie. Five Nights is... I played the first one when it came out of curiosity and went, this is what the kids are into. Holy shit, the kids are really into it. The kids love it. Don't know why. It's just a jump scare simulator. See, but the thing is, I like the idea of like these like haunted animatronics. They were initially going, oh, that's creepy. So it could be a cool movie, but there's so much background and lore and so many games and all that, and yeah. And also, I look like a mad fucking nonce going to see it because I'm 30 and everyone else is going to be like 6 in the cinema. Don't know how they'll get in. Like, I used to sneak into movies, or I sneaked into so many movies, because what I used to do is Cineworld used to have, if you remember, like on the floors they'd have the wee screens and it'd say like, they've got this movie, and this movie on. So I'd go up, look up, see what's on, and then just walk in. And I remember one time I got caught trying to sneak into Watchmen. I was about 16, I think. So I looked at the cinema and there was Confessions of a Shopaholic that was on. And there was Watchmen, and I remember I sneaked in, I was sitting on Watchmen, and my pal who was there, he was freaking out, going like, oh no, and we wouldn't have got caught if he wasn't freaking out and staring at the people who, you know, work at Cineworld. And they came over and says, can we see your tickets? And we showed them the tickets, and went, oh, they clearly knew what we're on to it, and they went, oh, you're in the wrong screen, here, I'll take you to it. So we walked round into fucking, we got escorted to Confessions of a Shopaholic, and I just sat there the whole time, arms crossed, going, fucking could be watching Zack Snyder's Watchmen right now, but I'm watching fucking Confessions of a Shopaholic, which I've seen twice because I tried again. And Watchmen, I've seen it and I was like, it's fine. Mainly it's fine because it sticks just close, and like it basically doesn't change anything from the fucking the book apart from the ending. Anyway, cast signal rockets off. Brad's come to get us. But I successfully sneaked into quite a few of the big shite horror remakes that came out around that time.
Chris!
There they are.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh shit. What's that? Is it Barry? Is it Baza? No, fuck, he's a big tyrant. Oh, fuck, Jill's been fucked up. Oh, he's all red and raw. And look at Chris just watching. Oi! Arsehole! Ah! What the fuck? When did he get speedy? He's Naruto running at me. Right, I'm not getting a healing item, so I need to be careful not to get caught as well. Shit, shit. Ah! Well, I want to make sure I can see him, so I'm not. Oh! Oh, fuck. He ragdolls me. Right. Come on, Rebecca, we got this. Yes!
Chris,
Oh, shit.
use it. Kill it, whatever it is.
Here we go. This is it. Final shot. Let's see if I can. Where is it? Fucking big quad rocket launcher, which I actually seen in Resident Evil Death Island, which I'm very excited for because Resident Evil CG movies are a lot of fun. That they actually are using like that in it. Right, let me just get a couple of shots in to try. Can I slow him down at all? Shit. Oh god. Chris just taking a big neck bump there. Right, here we go. Let's try rocket launcher. Shit, he deflected it. Oh shit, I got him. Yes! I shot him point blank at Rebecca, holy shit. But there we go. We have killed the tyrant. We've set off the self-destruct in the mansion. We've finished with Chris and Jill's story. So you know what? Your old dad is completely finished with Resident Evil, and you know what? It has been a fun time. I've streamed way longer than I expected to this game, so it has knocked my schedule off a little bit. And here we go. Here we go. Yes! Fuck Umbrella. Yes, what a time. There we go. There's Jill putting her wee head on my shoulder. And there's Rebecca having a wee sleep because she's had quite a time of it. Much harder than what we've had. Because we didn't have to go through Resident Evil 0 as well. But anyway, boysies, that has been Resident Evil, and I'm sure we'll never have to play a Resident Evil game again. And I'm sure that our heroes will live a nice and happy life, and again, they'll have to relive the nightmares that they did before. But there we go. That is Resident Evil Remake is a fucking class remake. It's like all the other Resident Evil games, I'd say like 4 still has value in playing 4 by itself. The same way I'd say 2 and 3 do, because 2 and 3 are very well, 3 is very different from its remake, but there's still value in playing them. Resident Evil 4 remake is that Resident Evil 1 remake is that good that I feel it overshadows the original. But what a time! It's probably one of the best Resident Evil games I've played. I know it's not a hot take to say Resident Evil is a very good survival horror game, but it's a very good horror game. Very, very good. I really enjoyed myself, had a real blast with it. Aye, and so in the next while, I'm bringing real life into it a little bit. I was going to start something longer, but the truth is, I'm moving house now, so my streams are going to be a bit more sporadic. So instead of, I was going to start something big and new, I was going to move into a big JRPG. It's going to take hours and hours of my time, like 30 plus hours, because that's what the other one did. I have played this series before, so that's a wee sort of slight spoiler for you. But dinner time, yeah, we'll get done after this. I was going to play something from a certain Shin Megami Tensei series, but I'm afraid that that'll have to wait until we're settled in our new house. So we're playing some stuff that's maybe a bit shorter, maybe a bit more sort of that you can play in a couple of streams, you know. And also, we only got one trailer last time because in Sonic I forgot to do a trailer. So we'll be having 2 trailers so you can see the next 2 games that I'm playing. Director Shinji Mikami, my boy. Also, I really like Evil Within. Evil Within's a really fun sort of... It feels like a best of Resident Evil game, the first one. And Evil Within 2 is a genuinely good horror game.
Chris, you did a fine job.
There we go. 7 hours. Killed 78 creatures. I used 241 bullets. I saved 26 times and I healed 26 times. Would you look at that? Chris has a new costume. You had to got a closet key. New costume has been unlocked. You can change in the dressing room. Actually, so I'm just going to save over here. What I will do is Resi 1 costumes. What we'll do is we'll look up the unlockable costumes for all versions of Resident Evil. So, first of all, I'll look up the unlockable costumes from Resident Evil 1. Let me just get these images saved. So, Resident Evil has always had a lot of unlockable outfits that you can get from things. This are from different versions of the first game, because everyone's got different unlocks. And what I'll do is I'll just sort of talk you through them as we go. So this is from Resident Evil 1. This is the original release. So this is from the PlayStation version. Where's the image? Let me just get that right in the middle here. First of all, we have Jill's unlockable outfit from Resident Evil 1. This is from the PS1 version. It's very plain, kind of boring, just denims, sort of like casual wear. Then we've got Chris's one, which again, he's got a jacket, but on the back of the jacket is Made in Heaven, which is the one that Claire Redfield wears on her back as well. I've got that outfit. Then on the PC version, we've got something that's basically the same as what she was wearing in our first outfit, which is maybe our casual wear. You got Chris's one, which is he's wearing a suit. Strange. Chris in a suit's a strange image. On the Sega Saturn, we have this, which is basically a colour variant of Jill's first costume. And the same with Chris, which is basically a colour variant. Again, fine costumes are okay. Then in the director's cut, we have 2 seconds. So, I know what these are. These are the beta costumes. So, here we go. This is Jill's one from the Dreamcast version, which is the director's cut. No, director's cut. Sorry, Resident Evil director's cut, not Dreamcast. It's in DC and that. So I don't actually know what that outfit is. That's Jill's one. Chris's one, on the other hand. So this is from the. So Resident Evil actually had an idea for it was Chris, Jill, and a couple of characters were planned, and that's one of the characters that was planned that was eventually cut and developed into Rebecca and Barry. That's Rebecca's dress cut outfit, which is red, which is because that's what she wore in the director's cut, and what she wore in the beta was like a red outfit as opposed to a green outfit. Then in Deadly Silence, so Deadly Silence is the DS port of Resident Evil, which has very interesting costumes. So the costumes we've got for we've seen this before. Jill's Polus outfit. That's a bit right. Chris's ninja outfit, which is his best Ricky Maru cosplay. Rebecca wearing a sort of cheerleader outfit, looks kind of similar to what she wears in that wear with her what you call it, outfit. In our basketball outfit. So here we go. Now we're getting into the remake costumes. Let me just get. So I've got one that I absolutely love that I'm really wanting to show you. So everyone's got a wee couple of outfits. Everyone's got about 2 outfits. And what I'll do is I'll put some concept art in there as well. That'd be kind of cool. And then because I done the concept art thing with the clock tower, and I thought that was kind of cool. 2 seconds, let me just get these. I probably should have put music on there, it'd be kind of cool, but I will. Didn't think that far. But anyway, so as far as the HP ones, we have Army Jill, So I need to. Oh, whoops! I've cancelled, and it's Chris wearing his. Where's Army Jill? So I didn't get what this was from. Oh, let me just scale it down. Professionalism. So this is Jill, and it ends up. This is actually a reference to Terminator 2, which I didn't see. Now it makes complete sense seeing it. Let me just get some music in the background. Get some more Parasite Eve music, because Parasite Eve's the best. So that's from Terminator 2 outfit. We have the one that I love, that if I played through again, I would definitely have Jill wearing, which is Casual Jill, because it is just her Resident Evil 3 outfit, and I fucking love the Resident Evil 3 outfit. Then we have this. So I'll show you Stars 2 Chris, which is close to what he wears in Code Veronica. And then we have my favourite Limp Bizkit style Casual Chris. Look at him. Is that not the most fucking late 90s 2000 outfit you've ever seen? Look at it, looks like he's straight from fucking SSX Tricky. Let's go. Then, of course, we've got Cowgirl Rebecca, which is what she was wearing in our playthrough, which I didn't realise. Then we've got some Jills. I'm drinking Red Stripe in Ashton Lane as we speak. He's drinking... Oh, Chris is. Then we've got some concept art for Jill. I really like something Nina Williams look. That would have been cool, but unfortunately that outfit never made it into the game. We've got... I really like the business one. Jill 3, I really like that outfit. That would be kind of cool. But this is obviously, these are ideas that never made it into the game. Jill Concept 3, again, I like the Cowgirl one, that's kind of cool. Then we have Rebecca Concepts, which are again just sort of colour variants of similar costumes. And Rebecca Concepts 3, which is I find really interesting, because see that one that in the red? That's the beta outfit. She's got that in Resident Evil 0 as well, so that must have been like, oh, we didn't use this outfit, so we put them in Resident Evil 0 to make up for it. But anyway, that is all the concepts for the costumes and stuff like that, so there we go. Time's up. Time is up, because we beat Resident Evil. And you know what? I fucking loved it. I really enjoyed myself. You know what, boys? Here at Man Home Video, we love playing through games, we love looking at the past, we also like looking to the future. What have we got coming soon at Man Home Video? Let's have a wee gander. So first of all, let me just turn off the Parasite Eve music, otherwise that'll get in the way of the trailer. Let's have a wee gander what we've got coming soon. Like I said, I've got two ones, so we're going to be going between them.
And now, coming soon to video cassette.
You don't understand. It's after us. It's big. It's got huge teeth, a big beak, bulgy eyes, feathers, fur everywhere.
Yeah, and pigs can fly.
No, bears can fly. Bad guys beware. Here comes Banjo-Kazooie. We're your both bird and bear with amazing powers. There's never been anything like this head-banging, sky-flying, rock-hopping, egg-shooting, tag-teaming duo. Banjo-Kazooie, only for Nintendo.
So yeah, first up we are playing through Banjo-Kazooie, a game I have never actually played, but I know a lot of people have a lot of love for. And going by my playthrough of Mario 64, I need to win back some love for 3D platformers. And I know I said I wasn't going to play a JRPG, but I changed my mind as I was talking, like saying, what do I want to play next? And I haven't planned what I'm playing. I'm just going to press a trailer and we're going to see what we play. Actually, you know what, boysies? So we've got Banjo-Kazooie. And next up, on Man Home Video, I thought I was going to play. That'll be a bit more dramatic. Anyway, next up, coming to Man Home Video soon. There we go. So next time at Manhunt Video, we are playing The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, a game that was released as an April Fool's by Sega, because Sega are well in the joke about Sonic being like, not shite, but you know, people are into it. And I'm actually really excited because it looks really fun, it's only about 2 hours long, so we should be able to finish it in maybe 1 or 2 sittings. I might play a bit of Banjo, a bit of Sonic, and a bit of Banjo, a bit of Sonic, you know, we'll see how it is, I'll see how I can stretch it out, you know. But anyway, Sonic the Hedgehog, Murder Sonic is going to be fun as fuck. Banjo-Kazooie's hopefully going to be fun as fuck. I'm going to try and run Banjo-Kazooie on a 360 emulator to see how that runs, to see if I can actually play the 360 version. But we'll see. Like I said, that one will be touch and go. I might play through a wee bit just to make sure it runs. But anyway, really excited for Murder Sonic the Hedgehog. We'll see who murdered Sonic next time. It was, like I said, it was a full game made by Sega. Cool as fuck. But anyway, I could talk about Sonic's team for ages, but we'll save all that part for when we play Murder Sonic the Hedgehog. I hadn't planned what I was going to play. I was looking at my video list full of fucking trailers going, oh, what one, you know? Bye, Murder Sonic the Hedgehog next time, and Banjo-Kazooie. Anyways, you can catch up with me on my Twitter, my Discord and stuff like that to see what I'm playing, see what's coming soon. But as usual, boys, we have came to the end of Resident Evil. We've had a great time playing it. I realised I meant to say something else there, but okay. GG Slup, thank you, Kieran. As usual, I've been Mikey. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Hopefully I'll catch you in the next stream, but until then, boysies, have a good day. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Most importantly, boysies, have good mental health, look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Catch yous, goodbye, see ya! I forgot to say, is there anyone else on? I don't see anyone else on. Oh well. Catch you boys. See yous. Have a good one.